Evening all, this is the last RTSL 2023A game of the season. I'm the USA. Thanks to the RTSL Hunter, Hookle Witch and all, for setting it up. And then, of course, once this game is over, we move straight into ITSL season. So we will open 4-4-2, because we have Middle East scoring, yeah. Even though we've got socialist governments. And we will headline Middle East scoring. Yeah, no 4-up cards, that's fine. So let's go with that, and then we're just hoping not for NASA. Yeah. Let's get going. And I'll plug the rest of my hand in. Oh, I want to try and drop Asia scoring for -1, of course. The sooner the better. Got 5-year. And EU. We can ditch socialist governments to blockade if it comes to that. Vietnam revolts, oh boy. Well, let's see if they've got a duck and cover coup coming as well. This could be very bad for me. UNI. Yeah, so that's very good for them. Well done. And a nice big coup as well. Yikes, Asia is going to be expensive. So we will use East European unrest to coup back to get our mill ops and hope to get access into Pakistan, which we do. So it could be worse. Not good, could be worse. Yes, there you go. David's saying, fancies a wee break. I totally respect that. I mean, I now pretty much only play competitive games because that's 40 games a year, plus any playoffs potentially. And then there's the odd friendly on Saito. So we're talking, 50 online games a year, at least one a week on average. And I still meet Wisebar to play over the table, Fruit Strike, and of course the convention each year, which is another 8 games. So, I very much think this is like not even my primary hobby, and I'm playing 60 games a year. So I totally respect people who are like, you know what? It is time for a break. I dig that for sure. So next up, we will take Pakistan and hope we don't get into Pakistani war. And we're going to try to even in Asia, right? We want to go, possibly go and snag Korea if they take Thailand. Oh, they dropped Europe scoring for 0. Okay, that's fine. I didn't know they had it, and I wasn't going to take France anyway, so that's cool. Duck and cover's gone. East European unrest's gone. So I will absolutely take Pakistan. Oh, no, I'll take... Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll take Pakistan, because then I can always move to India if they take Korea. If they take Thailand... I mean, I can't soul read them for Korean War, and actually to avoid getting dominated in Asia, I really need to go for that. So we'll see if they take Thailand. This just looks like a natural advance in an unscored region, so hopefully they won't make me for Asia scoring. Well, that's a great result for us. Indo-Pakistani War fails on the 1 in 3, and we ditch Asia 4-0. That is the perfect start to the game. Whew. Lucky boy. Now I want to try and get to space before them. Ooh boy. Dodged a bullet there. That was a clutch war for them, and we dug ourselves out of it. So next up will be fading decol / D-style. We'll see about that. Yeah, that's fine. Totally understandable. We'll play into Canada rather than France. Threaten NORAD. And now we're going to try spacing Arab-Israeli war. Boom. It is coming up Millhouse for now. Yep. Wow, we got really lucky there for sure. With the Indo-Pakistani War gone, we will take India and threaten to push through to Burma to make it all 6-y. On the Indo-Pakistani War next one. So if they blockade us, we've got UNI for a single op. If they don't blockade us and they don't play into Afghanistan, I kind of like 2 Burma, 1 Lebanon to avoid Suez clearing us out of Israel. Careful. Well, that's about as good a turn 1 for the USA I think I've had in yonks. And we were lucky they didn't have any 4-op cards either, right? So the deck is 4-op card rich. Well, there's one of them. Okay, cool. So we will, UN intervention socialist government's not going to get any better. And we want to try and get a fistful of the 4-op cards ourselves. We will go 1 Lebanon to protect Israel. We will go 1 Costa Rica. Yeah, we don't want to go Angola because it's too... No. Yeah, we'll go 1 Burma as well, because obviously if they can't drop Defcon in the headline with duck and cover, so we'll be able to take Burma or get a coup on Iraq, admittedly. Korean War's still in the deck. Yeah, that's fine. I think I want to move to Costa Rica just to make sure we don't lose Panama. Fine. Don't know if that's best, but it's what I'm doing. And we got 2 of the 4-op cards, which is nice. Can space decol, blockade away De Gaulle. So there's an option to purge here, and in fact, looking at the rest of the cards, purge is pretty much the only suitable option. Yeah? So let's headline that. It means we give up a 4-op card, but what have they got? NATO and US Japan. So NATO's playable. We haven't seen either of those. That makes sense. Korean War and Fidel. Let's see if they can get you... If they get CIA off before we get Fidel. Blockade, foremost, decol. We got decol, which is nice. So if we event blockade, we will have to space it. De Gaulle. Yeah. Okay. The alternative is we hold blockade and still have to space decol anyway. Right? They're under purge, so once if we've seen Suez, we could event de Gaulle and just ops war for France. So if we don't see CIA immediately, I am tempted to event Fidel. I mean, there's a 50-50 chance they're holding it, and it makes it impossible for them to play comfortably. So, but if they play CIA first, then we at least get a coup on Egypt and a mill-op, and then that incentivizes us not to play Korean War so we can snag a mill-op. Although they can coup Costa Rica, which makes me look like an idiot. So, you know, lots of things do that though, so that's fine. So yeah, what do we want to do? We want to protect Asia from being dominated. A Truman coup instead, that's fine. Pretty powerful too. Respect. Remove Italian adjacency. So we'll use nuclear test ban to retake Panama and put one in Burma. They're under purge. And they now have a thing in Panama, of course, so they can't play CIA, which they clearly didn't have. Yeah, that's fine. Not sure it's great, but it's fine. We'll speculate on Korean War because we want a space decol if we're holding blockade, holding or eventing, which also means we have to event Fidel, which means giving up Panama is awful because we lose 2/3 of the battlegrounds. So we're still looking out for D-Style as well, of course. Yeah, NORAD to space. Having put the extra one in, of course, they were probably sweating that. Now, we don't want to space 2 cards, do we? So we'll space decol. Good. They got the points. Unfortunately, we put decol back in the deck. But we can only fix so many problems at a given time. So where's this 1-op going? Overprotect, that's fine. So what do we want to do? We're going to event Korean War because we do not have any outs. Do we want to? I mean, we could try filling Taiwan, right? But it's going to take a very long time. I mean, there's always the dream of getting containment, so we could blockade away Korean War, but that's very hopeful. Okay. I think we're definitely accepting the fact that Fidel's happening, right? So let's take some more non-battlegrounds in Asia. So we've got access to those anytimes. Do we just event and try realigning? Yeah, we're going to event and try realigning. So if we clear him in one, we could try Panama. No. Come on. Nope. Oh well, it was a worthy try. In the end, I spaffed those 2 ops up the wall. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I'd love a containment. Absolutely love an AR6 containment. I could event and take France with de Gaulle. That'd be lovely. That was fine, I guess. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. Story of my life. I should, of course, mention I am drinking tea from my Summit mug, which Sten Scott kindly provided from his tournament. Regular product placement, resuming. The tea is delicious. I don't know if the mug makes it more so. Well, it's a good, solid mug. It's definitely not porcelain, but, you know, it's still a classy experience. So what unknown cards have we got? D-Style, of course. Suez. He's played Olympic Games and I just haven't taken off. Truman's gone. Yeah, so CIA defectors, containment, NATO, US, Japan. 11 unknown cards to me. So should be 7 in the draw? Yeah, okay, good. I finally tracked cards properly. So the most exciting are Cambridge 5 for the reshuffle, D-Style and Suez, and for me, CIA, defectors, containment, NATO, US, Japan. This purge has probably created a reasonable amount of hassle for them. So yeah, I do want to see Suez go before I do anything with de Gaulle for sure. This is great for us, of course. Also makes Korean War less suitable. A tap, interesting. So all right, we'll hope to outrun them with de Gaulle. So we're gonna go like that. That's fine. Suez is now gross, but so it goes. Until they play into Afghanistan, we're 3-3 in Asia at least. Yeah, nice. Well played. Well played indeed. So now we go Formosa 2 into France. Very nicely done. Very well engineered on the card front. And if they've got NATO here, they can make France very uncomfortable. Containment. Okay, where's it going? So after all that, I got what I wished for, and I'd already reorganized everything. So we can blockade away Korean War, not take a chance on Korea for now, put 2 into France, and with Suez and de Gaulle gone, they have to choose between France and a coup, unless they get duck and cover, which doesn't fully take France. That's fine. Okay, reshuffle time. They got CIA, and we got 5-year plan, so that's always fun. And defectors. We got NATO, and Cambridge 5. So they got D-Style, importantly. D-Style, Comecon, Romanian Abdication, Warsaw Pact, and CIA. So, headlines. We can defect whatever they headline. And if they headline CIA, that's great. But they know we've got defectors. So they could headline Asia scoring, right? They don't know we have 5-year plan. So if we, for example, let's say they headline CIA, they're holding duck and cover, and we 5-year plan CIA, 5-year plan duck and cover, that'd be great. 5-year plan uses a lot of ops, but we've got UN intervention for socialist governments, and we can space decol. I think I like 5-year plan more than defectors. So let's do that. Let's do that thing. Why not? It's exciting. Let's make it exciting. And if they do CIA, which they do, I'm tempted to put one in Europe, but let's look at their hand first. So no scoring cards and a host of 4-op cards. Purge and Test Ban round out the 7. So we will definitely put one in France. You can have a coup, or you can fight for France. And fight for France it is. So we can go to 9-7, then 9-11, then 12-11, then 12-15 with the China card, yeah? Yes, they have to use the China card. 9-7, 9-11, 12-11, 15-12. And then we can take Portugal and Greece, UK and Canada. So I think we do force the ops war. Yep. We're going to force the ops war. Because, yeah, I'm happy them using the China card, of course. They may use Warsaw Pact, but we can keep jamming at that point. They'd have to use Warsaw Pact and D-Style. And them using D-Style on the China card is even better for us, so... So they could do Warsaw Pact, and then we can do 2 defectors. They just go China card, right. So we'll get our Milops and coup, for sure. I guess we want to hold defectors. Excellent. So now they can D-Style, which is bad. But we'll take Portugal. On space decol, I think. Right, so, I mean, well, where's the game at? We have weathered the storm reasonably well. Getting D-Styled now is kind of a shame. It's not great. But, on the other hand, we're going in at around +5. We're pretty well set in Asia. We're all right in the Middle East. D-Style's really the worst case scenario for everything. So it's what it is in that respect, but there we go. So let's use defectors now to retake domination in Asia and pop another one in Libya to defend against... Well, it doesn't really defend against Muslim Revolution, does it? He doesn't know we don't have Asia scoring, yeah? So let's put 2 into Portugal and just make sure Europe domination doesn't become a thing. Independent Reds has not triggered. I used it in turn 1. So if they do play into Romania, I'm in decent shape. I'll probably put 2 in Greece as well. Brush war in Italy is really bad for us. Yep. We'll space decol and see what their AR6 is. Great, catching up. Warsaw Pact and Romanian abdication to finish. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely take Greece to protect against brush war, pick up our mill ops, and see what the next turn yields. No scoring cards. And we can bear trap, which is nice because we may get a coup off. And survive Muslim Rev. Lone Gunman's annoying. We'll try and deal with it in due course. OPEC's currently worth nothing. So I quite like bear trap here. The alternative is Missile Envy with duck and cover, and we will bury in the deck. That's, of course, a potential gambit for death. So let's go bear trap. Zimrev. Yep. OPEC lads. Me and Che. There are so many 2-up cards they can have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is bear trap. Let's go. Che currently only hits Costa Rica, so is a reasonable card to play as well. We get Quagmired, Spider-Man, .gif. And they don't get out, which is harsh. Let's see if I can dodge it. We will pitch Muslim Rev. And we're out. Independent Reds goes, which is good for them. But we get the coup off. And we will coup Venezuela. Ooh, do we coup Africa? Because we've got Panama Canal returned access, yeah. We don't have Africa access, so let's do that. And we're guaranteed to flip it, yeah? Yeah. OPEC for 0. The dream is real. If we see duck and cover go to space. And of course, Quagmire's gone, which does not prevent NORAD, so we need to bear that in mind as well. We might still be able to get an evented NORAD. So get into Zaire before Brush War, get into Libya before Brush War, redominate Asia, stay ahead in Europe, do something about South America. Take Mexico before Liberation Theology. That's very sensible. So now we'll give them Che in order to put 2 in Zaire and 1 in Angola. He's only got Costa Rica, and we're hoping they whiff. I actually don't give a crap if they whiff or not. Oh. Good for us. Let's see if they have South African unrest. So lone gunman be what we hold. That's good because it keeps, although it's in the deck for the late war, it does keep the Europe regions really ropey. So what do we want to do? We want to beat liberation theology. Middle East is already good. They've already cooed. So do we want to set up realigns on Botswana? Is that what we want to spend the entire turn doing? Yeah, let's at least threaten it. And it dominates Africa, of course, so they have to respond potentially by putting more in Africa. 3, 5, 9, 18, and 16, yeah? No, 19 and 16. So I've missed a discard from my own hand. Yeah, good. Tracking is still not offline. So yeah, best option is coup Botswana, really, which is not what you want to be doing with your turns. One South Africa, one Botswana. Very neat. We will... We'll make him keep tapping. We'll put one in Mexico. Defend against liberation theology. Oh, nicely done. But that's fine for us. Like at the start, we looked like we were going to get dominated, and now we're not. Now we want to threaten Brazil, for sure. And they're our 7, unless they have exactly 4 ops. They can't take Brazil and Venezuela. Okay, well now they can't take the China card. And they've just used Culture Revolution. So let's hope we get Hunter and we've got 2 American cards we can cause trouble with. And we can't have our hand short until the late war. How about instead redominate Asia, take Mexico. They'll have to coup Venezuela. Yeah, that's fine. Central America's nice to see. Yasuri's good to take the China card back potentially. Emit's nice, I guess. So I end a Indo-Pakistani war. We can get Milops if they coup. Flower Power Korean War. Korean War's not great, but there we go. Summit Emit. Yasuri. Omit. And Central America scoring. So he didn't get Hunter, alas. So I think we start with Emit and look for nasty cards. Oh, we still have the China card. I'm being dense. I end up using Missile MV instead of the China card. That's probably a good thing. Still managed to cause trouble in Asia. Yeah, that's a very neutral headline. Good to see Liberation Theology go. Hunters is bad for us as it is good for us. One small step is as bad for us as it is good for us. I think I want to keep Hunter in the deck. With Central America scoring in my hand to play with, it's a way back into South America, isn't it? So U2, Libthi, and one small step is as good for them as it is me at the moment, so I'm quite happy to chuck it out. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't have... There we go. Right. Yeah, we're going to keep Hunter in. That's fine. Middle East ticks up, which we know is in the deck. So, where's the coup? Venezuela? Deny access? Yep, and that's really good in Asia and the Middle East. Ah, Mexico. Alas. So we definitely want to take Venezuela and retake Mexico. They're going to arms race us? I guess we don't want to be cooing. No, I think we want to. No, can't. Yeah, can't use flower power before I ditch Korean War and Indo-Pakistani War. I want to take Venezuela and Mexico, even if it means using the China card. That really puts a hole in Asia for them. Ramajama. Event Indo-Pakistani War. Yeah, we're spacing Korean War here, right? It would be mad to do otherwise. So, event Korean War for Milops and VP. Oh, we don't need to do that yet. Let's go summit to Costa Rica, and if they have South America scoring for 5, we at least get Central America for 2. For 4, for 2. So we lose 2 VP ground. That's fine. Let's offer a trade. Brezhnev went, didn't it? I didn't track it properly. Yeah. So we haven't seen South African Unrest and Willy Brandt, and then the deck leans very, very blue. My goodness. Willy. Yeah, the deck is outrageously blue at this point. South African Unrest is the last red card in the deck. Okay, well, we've got South America scoring. So let's event Indo-Pakistani War for the Milops. Success. And the points. Nice. And now we can use flower power. That's wise. They succeed. So we'll counter space Korean War, yeah? Oh, they're peaking. But we still can space 2 op cards, so I suppose there's a small mercy. What's CMC up to? That makes sense, having seen Korean War go. That'll still make it 4-4, won't it? Let's take the China card back. No, let's use Flower Power. With Southeast Asia scoring still to come and really tie that up nicely. We can take the China card any old time. That makes Brush War less nice. Sweet. Points, points, points. Uh-huh. Still no presents because of Shuttle Dip, which is nice. Right, let's hope for a good coup here, please. That's good enough. You're going to refill. Which means you can't do something else on your AR7. So South America, bad. Rest of world, fine. And we've got a decent points buffer, so let's keep it going. Neat. Very neat. Well done. Very well done. But we got dealt South America scoring, so there's that. And Voice of America. Ho ho! Yeah, I think duck and cover, right? Right, let's plug my hands in and just saying thanks to chat for talking to each other since I'm being unreliable here. So we've got, what do we have? Southeast Asia, South America, duck and cover, Yasuri, Voice of America. Lovely. Nixon, Marshall and Kitchen. Lovely hand. So I think we start with duck and cover. If they've got ABM treaty, that's great for them, isn't it? But beyond ABM treaty, it's not great. But we want to try and deny them doing something in Asia, yeah? Although it triggers first, so let's just go duck and cover. Let's snag ourselves some VP. We hope. And then we'll follow up with VOA to try and solve the South America problem. Biggest swing on the board is probably a brush war in Egypt, right? Gosh, we're evenly matched on time. I always feel like I play recklessly quickly for someone who doesn't know the game that well, compared to players else in the league. Know the game pretty well, I guess. So the only red card in the entire deck is South African Unrest. So we expect to see Hunter, Brush, Salt, ABM, or How I Learned. They're the likely headline cards on the other side. South Africa Unrest, and then Salt, Hunter, ABM. Love to get arse knotted. Pitch this lone gunman. But we will not be spacing this turn, for sure. They've got a fair bit to contend with. Colonial Rearguards, John Paul, Nuclear Subs, Arsenal, OAS, NORAD. But I think their best hope for trouble is to have ABM right now. The issue is in Asia, of course, you want to coup Pakistan, and that's not exactly friendlily configured. Yeah, he's got it. Ah, holding Europe scoring, eh? But gave us a coup. So there's small mercy. So we will heavily coup Venezuela. Yeah, we want to do that rather than ditch Lone Gunman, right? Yeah, because we hold South America scoring. For sure. Yep. Okay, just got there. Whew. So pitch Southeast Asia scoring, use Voice of America to clean up somewhere. We may not even use Voice of America in South America. Oh, real nice. That was lucky. So now we use Voice of America to retake Venezuela. Oh boy. Survived that one. So score's going to be more or less level at the end of the turn. Very nicely done. Although, of course, in terms of unplayed cards, unplayed scoring cards, we have Asia and Middle East at the moment. Only 4-op card left is the China card. So if they do jam Venezuela, we can retake it with Isuri, knowing we've still got Nixon. Bloody love an arse knot at some point, I tell ya. Ditching Lone Gunman, South America and Southeast Asia would be swell. Gonna jam it? Okay. Yeah, you are. Very nice. Very, very nice. So we will use Yusuri to tap Colombia and take Venezuela. Three op cards, East European Unrest, NORAD, Arsenal, Brush and Salt. And the aforementioned China card. Very well played turn, though, getting off the Europe score. Okay. We made it. For now. Not good. Could be worse. Norad space, of course. And they got there. Nice. We'll steal the China card. With Usuri and Culture Revolution back in the deck. And we're hoping to score Asia and Middle East for Dom. Because the scoreboard is now red. Great work, Davis. I was definitely punished for not filling UK and Canada sooner and leaving it on a knife edge. So well done them. Neatly done. And I certainly will one turn late before the reshuffle fill the UK. So they don't get dealt Europe in the reshuffle and immediately score up. But getting dealt or evented, ask not, would be great. They could even do something fancy like OAS realign Venezuela. But they don't want to play Colonial Rearguards or John Paul. Don't really want to play nuclear subs if they think we can get a coup off. But they maximised their points this turn. Europe and South America was just class. Real class. Here I'm likely to take the UK and see if they can ask not, because I'd love to pitch Southeast Asia rather than play it. Right, so they just decided not to go for a card. And instead, Brazil, Argentina, and Thailand, fine, yep, bit of overprotecting. So yeah, we will put one into the UK far too late and see if we get given ask not. The upshot of them not sorting, of course, is they leave us with lone gunmen. Okay, it was OAS. We'll get access to Chile, the other side of the board. Just make sure we can't get cleared out of... And yeah, realign of Venezuela makes perfect sense. Ah! Realign Chile makes more sense. So, Middle East scoring's good. ABM Treaty landed for us, which is great. But let's work out what they have first. They've got Asia scoring. They got Ask Not, which they will not be playing. They got Brush War. And How I Learned. And John Paul 2. John Paul 2, which they cannot space. So I read them for Asia Scoring, Ask Not, Brush War, How I Learned, John Paul, and South Africa Unrest. Shutter diplomacy is still in the pile. I mean, shutter diplomacy is not in the draw pile because it's not evented. And then we got readout, ABM Formosa Purge. Kitchen debates. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so what's their likely headline? Brush War is great for them in Egypt. Holy smoke. So I think we go ABM Treaty, don't we? I think we have to go ABM Treaty. Rather than Purge them. Purge stops them using Ask Not. And then they just try and hold it, I guess. They don't know we have ABM, right? Let's purge them. Let's make them use Brush War later. So that stops Ask Not. They know we've got Middle East scoring, so Brush Warring Egypt is just patently correct. But they now have to do it in the headline phase. That's fine, they do. That makes sense. It succeeds. Well done, them. So they now kind of want to drop Asia scoring. To make Middle East dominate. They don't. But that's pretty good for them. Let's do that. Oh, we're 3-3 with Shutter Diplomacy. Oh, so I don't want to drop Middle East before they do. Didn't think of that. That was because of Space and Korean War, of course. Well, they're under purge, so let's try and stay ahead in the Middle East and Asia. Naturally, so I guess ABM treatying Brazil is the best swing on the board. Yeah. Okay, so South African arrest is gone. And they need a 4-op card to swing Angola if we use... Let's just use... Let's reduce our chances of... Yeah, Foremost is fine. I'm going to force you to play Asia before I play the Middle East. And they've got Arsenal. So we can, of course, use colonial rearguards to play into Tunisia to force Libya. They had a 4-op card. Whew. So we can take Canada, of course, overprotect, take some 3 stabs. Yeah. Where did you play? South Korea, North Korea, overprotect Libya. Okay, so I guess we take the ABM coup on. Do we take Libya? Oh yeah, because of course that means we then can't do Brazil. We'll use nuclear subs first to stay ahead there. And they've got 2 unknown cards. They've got Asia Ask Not and John Paul and 2 others. And we're really trying to squeeze him for Ask Not. I mean, they're not going to be wanting John Paul, but Warsaw Pact is still in the deck. So they've got that going for them. Oh, looking for a 6. No. A worthy effort. Do we now go ABM on Brazil? No, we event Colonial Rearguards first. No, we definitely want to take Algeria as well, or threaten Algeria. 1, 2, 3. Last one will break Lao. Yeah. Ivory Coast was another option. Asia scoring Ask Not, John Paul, and 1 other card. Ooh, not bad. And another one in El Salvador. Yeah, we've got access to Gulf states. That's fine. Puppet Gov. Right, so we now have perfect information. So Ask Not, John Paul. We can pitch Middle East to Ask Not. So we don't want to do that, do we? So he needs to drop Asia scoring. And he can't use John Paul to affect the Middle East. So we can pop one with kitchen debates in 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So let's ABM coup Brazil. 5 or 6, please. This is huge. Big, 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 big. Big! Woo! So he'd sooner die before ask notting us, right? So he's got to drop Asia scoring and use John Paul, but he can't fix the Middle East after Asia scoring with a 1-op card. So if he drops Asia scoring now, we can put 1 in Jordan and then drop Middle East to avoid domination. Okay. That's nice. So now we go kitchen debates into Middle East scoring. He drops Asia, we drop Middle East. And there are 13 in the draw pile. In the discard pile, even. Oh, got that wrong. Oh, yeah, shuttle diplomacy now goes in, yeah. So now 13? Yeah. And then we drop Middle East scoring. That's 14. What have I missed? Oh, good, we got Aldrich. Lucky, lucky. Kitchen debates, colonial rearguard, Formosa. Nuclear subs, Asia, Middle East, yeah. East European shuttle diplomacy, yeah. South African, how I learned. Partial ABM purge. What am I missing? South African unrest? No. East European shuttle diplomacy. Nuclear subs, Formosa. Colonial rearguards. Kitchen debates. I mean, it's worth tracking cards well, but I really do make a hash of it. 1, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3. Oh yeah, shutter diplomacy. I put in the removed, I'm guessing. Where have you gone, shuttle diplomacy? Oh well, that's definitely the one. Yep, fine. At least I've worked out what's going on. Right, so let's look at our hand. We got Aldrich Ames, which for ditching lone gunman is the dream, so that's perfect. Tear down this wall, of course, is great here. And that's definitely the headline before looking at anything else. And I guess we want a coup to drop DEFCON, right? Worst case scenario, they terrorize me and I lose Aldrich Ames, right? So I need to watch out for Iranian hostage crisis and terrorism. I think I coup France and drop DEFCON. AWACS. Che and Aldrich Ames. Marine barracks bombing, not great for us. Decol, not good. Defectors is fine when they're not headline peaking. Pershing gives up a VP and has to be repaired. But this is fine, right? It really frigs up Europe unless Warsaw Pact drops. Exactly Warsaw Pact. Ooh, Hunter's nice. Well, now I guess we want to force the coup, so we will realign. Nice. That's Europe tidied up. We still can't attack Europe because of Warsaw Pact, but we now at least dominate it. And we're forcing them to event and coup and realign. Although, of course, they just need to score South America war games and they're there. So tear down this wall worked. Hunter worked for them pretty well. So now they'll be looking to fill Brazil. Now we, of course, frustratingly, we do have to give them Che, right? We want a space decol, and we have to event Chambery barracks bombing in order to protect Aldrich Ames ditching lone gunman. That's a huge success. So yeah, we'll start with Che, because we have to use it, but we want to use it to coup Venezuela. North Seal not being playable is not to be sniffed at. That's 3 VP they're never getting. Guatemala? Oh, also fine. And now we want a good coup on Colombia, please. More than a 1, please. Perfect. We've got AWOCs and defectors. And we're just looking to hold off against war games here, I think. But having sold Europe, and with Solidarity still to come in, if we can fade war games, Europe control's reasonable as well. But we want to see Warsaw Pact before we do anything in Europe. Yeah. Quick repair. But we'll dominate. They can't do anything about. So. We will dominate Africa. I guess it's all about trying to stay ahead in dominated regions now. We're fine with Europe. We're currently leading in Central America, so let's make sure we can't get sneak dominated in Asia towards the end of the game. That's fine. They can at best make it 7-7 in Asia. Definitely spacing decol. Repairing marine barracks bombing as much as possible. That's great for us, of course. So let's use AWACS to go to Botswana. 1 Israel. Start totting up Israel. NORAD's triggered, and we have 4 in Canada, so that's worth bearing in mind. Yep, that has to go to space every time. Miss the points. That's lucky for us. We will space decol. Space decol. We don't have to rush to space. Let's event marine barracks bombing and see what the worst they can do is, right? Because we have to let that happen. To Saudi? To Egypt, yeah. So we just go. Oh yeah, I can play back into Lebanon through Jordan, yeah. So effectively, we swapped 1 2 for 1. Okay. Glad we didn't go for Europe control. But we've still got Solidarność coming in. So next up is spacing decol, right? Or eventing Pershing and seeing. Let's event Pershing. See what they do with it, and then see if we need to repair it or if we can use it elsewhere. Where? France, yeah. So we go once Portugal. Yeah, we just event and repair. Handed them a VP is what we did. So they've got us not and 2 unknown cards. Great. Yeah, South Korea and Thailand are the attractive hits here. Is Thailand? No, North Korea is because it gets a point of adjacency, yeah. So force them to repair that, and they've got an op to spend elsewhere. That's good, because a disaster then is Missile Envy. Missile Envy takes Aldrich, takes Decol. I'm dead. Or at least I can't pitch Lone Gunman. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If they've got Africa scoring, I'm going to let them have it. Because I'm much happier about losing Lone Gunman. You got it. Nicely done. But the bad news is... And we use it to take Israel. No, not Lebanon. That would be mad. So we're looking to fade South America scoring. This is fine. Shoring up. What's the worst gap? No, so I suppose socialist governments. Duh, duh. Yeah. And the other 2 in Israel. I think I want to hold the China card, don't I? Yusuri's gone. Cultural Revolution's still in the deck. Could steal it. Don't have any DEFCON concerns now. And with Solidarity in the deck, Europe Control is still a gambit, right? So, jam East Germany. Hope for Solidarity in Chernobyl and stuff. I mean, that's fun. Yeah, and we don't get AR8s very often. There's Solidarity. Still peaking, right? I think we go Cal, pitch South America, dodge War Games, yeah? Cal goes up to 3. South America to -2, War Games, so Space to -5. Yeah. We will drop DEFCON. Yeah, because a 10-point South America is way worse. And they may have grain sales, amongst other things. We can use Latin American debt crisis to chuck the reformer. We don't mind about our hand being shortened massively, although terrorism's annoying for us because we could just refuse Latin American debt crisis and recover Venezuela. But the scores, now we've seen South America, not Europe, Central America. It's not greatly balanced. Now this is great for them because they can tap Venezuela, fill Venezuela, while I'm using Miss LMV and diddling. And we have no ways of gaining VPs, so South America could cause war games to lose. Which means I now have to hold on to it until I see Arsenal or Central America or Europe scoring. Ugh. Yep, smart. Very smart. So we'll use Miss LMV to tap Venezuela. I've got the China card back though, yippee-ki-yay. And now we definitely use Latin American debt crisis to pitch the reformer. 8 minus 5. Now we tap Chile the other way. Keep making them work for it. I mean, that's nice for us. NATO's not triggered, sadly. Nor did we get a NORAD trigger, right? So this is a shame. Now, if we event Poland, the reformer is annoying but not massive, right? So we could use it to threaten Poland and East Germany. Yeah, we just give them South America scoring. Nicely done. Please don't win with war games. Otherwise, I think people in chat might kill me. We'll start some coups in Central America to try and line up stuff there. Oh, now you space us not. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's the discard held card. They've already got their 3 VP. Oh, that's good. Oh, man, I was not tracking that well. I thought that was to win. Whew. So we definitely coup. And because of Ortega, we coup Haiti. Next up, Nicaragua to set up the realigns. And we definitely event Solidarity, because Chernobyl may dig us out the pile as well. Please have a scoring card. Please give me a little bit of space from war games. So Grain Sales is still in the deck, but is the only Defcon Suicide card by virtue of all the other ones being in the deck and then being able to discard held cards. So terrorism works against them as well as for them. But we could get a Chernobyl Gambit for sure. But Central America or Europe scoring really releases a pressure valve like no other. South America scoring was literally the worst card to see this turn. Nice big coup, very sensible. Massive coup. We will event Solidarity. So we get an L7. Please have Europe scoring. No, but Flower Power's now prevented. We gain a VP, that's handy, given how things are. Yeah, so we're hoping for Chernobyl for sure. We will jam up Mexico with Central America scoring, having not scored. Are we going to get dealt war games? Please. We do not. What a turn 10 hand. Ooh, Iranian hostage crisis is no good. Muslim Rev's no good. OPEC is at least good. I guess maybe we 5-year plan them. Play the China card, then Cult Rev. Unfortunately, we have to give that up. Oh man, this is a very losable position for me. And how? So Reagan bombs Libya is worth AVP to us. So I think we start with 5-year plan. Forcing them to play grain sales to avoid spacing it. Oh, nice. Going big on ops. We gain a VP. Happy days. Oh, this game is eminently losable. The coup on Nigeria? Best? Yeah, or there. Where does one op do the most damage? Nowhere in particular. Angola, of course. And then they've got hopeful realigns on Zaire. But they also need to realign Angola. They're doing it though. Oi. That's good. Dodge that bullet. One bullet dodged. Several in the chamber. So if we're using the China card, we've not got a lot of other options. Holy smoke! Definitely counter-coupping Zimbabwe. But then they can flip Nigeria. Ah, so good. Ha! Using the China card to flip a non-battleground. Sure, that's ludicrous. So 4, 5, Iranian hostage crisis, space. Oh no, we can use liberation theology, of course. So use these 3 and space one of the 4th. Garbage. Okay, please not one of the good cards. That's pretty good. We can do Iranian hostage crisis at the end. Muslim Rev? Knowing we lose Iran? Muslim Rev, right? Jordan, Saudi. We lose access to Saudi. Should have played into Gulf states or puppet governments. That was a mistake I made quite a while ago. Let's go Israel and Angola for now. Definitely counter coup here. Giving up a VP. Oh no! Oh, please more than a 1 or a 2. Boy, just got there. So now still time to lose this in final scoring. 5. If they don't do anything in Africa, 9, 11. But they get 12. So cutting Syria for Middle East Dom. And if they coup Colombia or something. Let's see. Alright. Not good. 1, 6, 8, 9. And they're on 5. 10, 18. Yeah, they're on 18. If nothing changes. And I get 9 VPs. They go down to plus 9. So I need a 9 VP swing. Oh dear, it's only going to be about 5 VP swings, so they've got it in final. Nicely played by them. That's probably a game that a better player could have made a winning position from, and I failed. In a nutshell. So where are we at with that? 1, 2, 7, 9 VP for me. But they're on 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Yeah? Hail Mary realigns. Yeah? Because we've got realigns we can set up in Africa to get domination, and we need to somehow stop South America, which we can't, really. Yeah, just cooing Africa dominates it, right? So we gain another 3 VP. 4, 6, 12, 13. Still loses by 5 VP. So realigns. We'll have a quick look, but I think it's probably unlikely. That would lose them. They go back down to what? They go back to domination, actually. So 5, 6. It's only a 2 VP swing, isn't it? Hmm. So I think this game has been lost, but so it goes. Yeah, I think the best we can hope for is to coup in Africa and, yeah, call it a day. So what's Hail Mary realigns? Realign Saharan states, realign Cameroon, then a 1 in 20 shot on Venezuela. Still isn't enough of a swing. Playing into Saudi isn't enough of a swing. Both of these, so this is a bigger swing in Africa for us. Yeah, stuff it. Let's just coup and settle the game. Well played. Well played, Everson. Davis Rose. Well, yes. So as he said, NORAD in the China card into North Korea to threaten Asia domination is probably the play there. Uh, Yeah, all right. Well, that's a shame. I mean, that's a gambit, but I'm losing tempo elsewhere on the board. A smarter player wins here, and I'm just not that guy. Woof. Well, there'll be plenty of people frustrated from seeing that game play out, but that's the way it goes, especially when you're a player of my medium caliber. Anyway, still above 1600, which is nice, and I will leave you to it. If I'm relegated, we'll see hopefully some easy games in Division 4, fingers crossed. If I survive, more frustrating games like this for all of us. So there you go. All right, I'm going to bounce. Thanks a lot. I will see you in the Itzel season, and thanks for Ritzel organising committee. Had a lot of fun, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.